fucking good.
Alright. With great power comes great responsibility. These words by Stan Lee could not better describe his illustrious career in not only the comic industry, but in the film industry. Using his powerful imagination, Stan Lee has created hundreds of different comic book characters, with several of them leading to the creation of one of the world's most successful film studios, earning Stan Lee several Lifetime Achievement Awards. With that, let's give thanks to one of the greatest contributors to the comic industry, Stan Lee, by looking back at his successes. Let's start by looking at his body of work. Beginning his career in the 1940s, Stan Lee has been credited with the co-creation of over 300 comic book characters. Just to name a few: Iron Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and the creation and formation of certain comic book teams like the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. Several of these, including Iron Man, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and the Avengers, have gotten their own successful films. Speaking of that, if it wasn't for these characters, Marvel Studios would never have been as big as it was. Almost every Marvel movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is the lifeblood of Marvel Studios, focuses on characters created by Stan Lee. Just a few of these include the previously mentioned Iron Man, Avengers, along with Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and many more. Almost single-handedly, Stan Lee created all the inspiration for the massively popular MCU. Using statistics gained from the Numbers.com top 10 grossing superhero movies of all time, 7 out of the 10 films on the list are inspired by Stan Lee's work, with the top five including exclusively Stan Lee inspired films, which are all 3 Avengers movies, Black Panther, and the 3rd Iron Man movie. Combined, these films grossed over $9,278,924,083. If we look at this graph right here, that's 74.2% of all the profit made from the top 10 highest grossing superhero movies of all time. That's a huge accomplishment. These films, along with his original works, have earned Stan Lee a large number of Lifetime Achievement Awards. According to the IMDb award page for Stan Lee, the former comic writer has earned 5 Lifetime Service Awards for his contributions to not only the comic industry, but the film industry since 1940. These include awards from the Burbank International Children's Film Festival and the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror USA, along with the Julius Vernon Visual Effects Society and Key Arts Awards. On top of these 5, Stan Lee recently earned the Disney Legends Award in 2017, given only to those that have made large contributions to the Walt Disney Company. That contribution, of course, being all the films made by the MCU because they're owned by Disney. Just looking back at his body of work, the influence he's had on many Marvel films, and the many Lifetime Awards he has earned, Stan Lee is a legend of the comic book industry. He's created hundreds of different comic book characters that are still enjoyed by people to this day. Along with that, many of his characters have led themselves to successful film franchises that have made billions of dollars. Along with that, his contributions have earned him many an award. So thank you, Stan Lee, for all your hard work that you placed into the comic and film industries, even during the age of 100. Keep doing what you do best.